field in rows of two, prepared for tonight's H&H Mobile Homes A-Feature event behind the Rapid Speedway Pace vehicle and the Advantage Racing TV roving camera. That has got to be a cool shot at home. Field gets the signal. We go green next time off of turn number 4. Jordan Hyman, Zach Zitner side by side in row number 1. 25 laps on the board. The H&H Mobile Homes A-Feature event coming to the start for the RepairableVehicles.com Tri-State Late Models. We're green. Jordan Hyman going to lead the initial breakaway. A couple of Zitners go side by side with the 62 of Justin Zitner getting the better of that one. He'll run third behind Hyman as Blair Nordorf sneaks to the lead off of turn number 4 and leads the opening lap. Justin Zitner took a look there in 1 and 2, couldn't quite get there. Snowdrift out front early on in this one in his Bargain Barn Tire Center Grandpa Ben's Ranch car number 76. Justin Zitner, Jordan Hyman, Zach Zitner, Chuck Swenson, the top 5, although Swenson now has company. Nick Bienhoff works to his inside in turn number 3, races for the 5th spot, just in front of the 10C of Chad Olson. Olson goes to the top line, and he's coming after Bienhoff. The Hendricks Farmers Lumber number 10C of Chad Olson right there behind the K&C Conversions X of Chuck Swenson. Swenson will work off the top. The LVO Manufacturing number 1 of Bienhoff continues to work the inside line. Top 2 cars breaking away from the rest of the field. Bienhoff able to complete that pass, move the number 1 machine into the 5th spot. Swenson going to come back to his inside. That opens up the top shelf for the 10C of Olson. Olson coming after Chuck Swenson, and he will go to the inside of the speedway. Caution flag coming out over the speedway. Trouble on the backstretch. Trouble off the third turn. Car off of the racetrack. Brad Vogt in the 11 machine, running in 19th at the time of caution. He will bring out the yellow flag with 5 laps in and 20 laps remaining. Chuck Swenson, Chad Olson, Cody Martin, Nate Bienhoff, and Lane Brandon completing the top 10. 80% of this feature event remains. We come back to the green. Oh, we're going to have a yellow, and we've got a big stack up here on the front straightaway. You can see the 24 machine around here on the front straightaway of Cody Martin, but it does sound like that caution is going to be pegged on the 44 of Troy Daly. Daly is going to get sent to the tail of the grid for a jump start. Officials reminding the drivers, keep them in line until we are officially racing once again. 20 laps remain in the H&H Mobile Homes A-Feature event for the RepairableVehicles.com Tri-State Late Models. Jordan Hyman going to be the first car try on the high line. The number 1 of Nick Bienhoff through the middle. He's got the 4th spot, but the 10C of Chad Olson to his outside. Here comes Zitner for the lead. Slide job, nearly made contact, side by side down the front straightaway. Justin Zitner now in turn number 1. He'll throw the slider. Here comes Blair Nordorf back to his inside. He'll try to return the favor here in turn number 3. Slide job engaged. Nordorf to the top of the speedway, and Zitner dives back to his inside. Down into turn number 1 we go. Slide job once again. Chad Olson coming into that mix as now the 62 of Zitner leads down the back straightaway. Trouble for the early race leader, dips it off the top side of the speedway. It's Blair Nordorf. He's going to get back onto the speedway, but loses several positions. He is now 7th in the running order. So your running order, Justin Zitner, Chad Olson, Jordan Hyman, the top 3, Nick Bienhoff in 4th, and guess what? Here comes Rowdy, the 51 of Nate Bienhoff in the 5th spot as he tussles with the Z76 of Zach Zitner for the spot. Zach Zitner strong back around the outside of the 51 of Bienhoff as they race for a spot in the top 5. Ten in, 15 to go. Chad Olson dipped the right side off the top side of the racetrack there in turn number 4. That allows Justin Zitner to motor out to a 3.5 second lead as he enters lap traffic. Zitner, as I've mentioned, leading the points coming into this evening with the repairablevehicles.com Tri-State Late Models. He has not only been consistent all season long, he has been fast as you see him here tonight. Recently picked up the feature win with the repairablevehicles.com Tri-State Late Models at the Miller Speedway. Also took a win with the series at the Jackson Motorplex in support of the World of Outlaws Norton Buildings Late Model Series. Crossed flags into H&H Mobile Homes A feature. Justin Zitner continues to lead by 3.9 seconds over the 10C of Chad Olson. Jordan Hyman, Nick Bienhoff, Zach Zitner, the top 5. Blair Nordorf, 6th. Nate Bienhoff, 7th. Cody Martin, 8th. Lane Brendan is 9th. And Gary Brown Jr. into the top 10 after starting in the 15th spot. Chad Olson trailing your race leader. He is coming up on some heavier lap traffic, as is your leader. Justin Zitner still continues to dominate this one as he's out to a 5.2 second lead. Sparks flying off of the 22 of Gary Brown Jr. He continues on. And now off the pump down the back straightaway for the 2-time series champion, and he'll head to the pits. Meantime, your race leader down by the flag stand. The 62 of Justin Zitner has caught the 27 of Dylan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick runs in the 10th spot and now goes down a lap to your race leader. Goodness. Justin Zitner is taking it to him here tonight as the 24 of Cody Martin slips off the back straightaway. Trying to get it back onto the racing surface, he will do so. And then back on the pump hard in turn 3. Yellow coming out around the speedway. Trouble in turn number 1 where a car has slowed on the racetrack. Caution flag out. Brad Vogt slows in the first turn, and that's now coming to a slow stop outside of turn number 2. Points implications on the line here tonight. Justin Zitner leads the points. Chad Olson is 2nd in points. Blair Nordorf is 3rd in points. Those 3 drivers in the top 5. We come back to the restart of the H&H Mobile Homes 8 feature event, and we're back underway with 6 to go. Hyman tries to move on the 10C of Olson, can't get there, but it opens the door for the Z76 of Zach Zitner. Zach Zitner to the bottom, and he'll move into a podium spot, sliding up in front of Jordan Hyman in the 38. Side by side behind them to get into the top 5. Here comes the number 1 of Nick Bienhoff to the bottom. He'll get by the 76 of Nordorf, and they both work on the 38 of Hyman. 3-car tussle for the 4th spot here through 3 and 4. Hyman on the top. Bienhoff slides up. They'll rub as they come off of turn number 4, and Bienhoff grabs the 4th spot. Nordorf to the inside of Nick Bienhoff, and here comes Hyman charging on the top, and we've got trouble in turn number 2 where the 44 of Daly has gone around. Justin Zitner took over the lead on lap number 8. He leads us back to the green, and we're underway. Chad Olson again makes a bid for the lead. Zach Zitner up to the very edge of the speedway, and he'll drop off and out of the top 5. He's spinning around outside the back straightaway, and the yellow is going to come out. Yellow over the speedway. The Z76 of Zach Zitner running in a podium spot slipped high in turn 2 before looping it around outside the back straightaway. 3 laps to go to determine who gets the payout in the S&S Custom Graphics Victory Lane. We're back underway. Nordorf takes a look to the inside of Olson. Battle for the second spot off of turn number 2. Blair Nordorf into the position as they hustle into turn number 3. He'll set his sights on Justin Zitner. Does he have anything for him with 2 laps to go? Chad Olson back to the inside of Nordorf. Big slider here in turn number 2. Nordorf has to check up as the farmer out of Hendricks, Minnesota retakes position number 2. White flag out for Justin Zitner. Zitner up to a straightaway lead as they head around the Rapid Speedway for the final time. Into turn 3, over to turn number 4, and for the 3rd time in 2021, the 62 of Justin Zitner wins the H&H Mobile Homes A-Main with the RepairableVehicles.com Tri-State Late Models. Checkered flag waves, picking up the win by 2.7 seconds will be the driver out of Malvern, Iowa of the Zitner & Sons, car number 62. It's Justin Zitner. Chad Olson wins the great battle for the second spot. Olson in the 10C was second, Blair Nordorf third in the 76. Jordan Hyman was fourth, Nick Bienhoff fifth, Cody Martin sixth, Dylan Fitzpatrick seventh, Nate Bienhoff eighth, Blake Swenson ninth, and Denver Nickerson 10th. Troy Daly 11th, Gail Vogt 12th, Tyler Regal 13th, Zach Zitner 14th, Mike Benson 15th, Jared Jelsma 16th, Kyle Jensen 17th, Lane Brennan 18th, Brad Vogt 19th, and Gary Brown Jr. 22nd. He'll climb out of the car. Lyon County Fair, give him a hand. Your winner tonight, Justin Zitner. Wheel drop, and let's go down. Joel Viss in Victory Lane to talk with him.
That's like a mic drop, Sean, right there, except for in racing, we do the steering wheel drop. Justin Zitner, what a run out there. First things first, before we go, a gift from Rapid Speedway, some locally made seasonings. A Papa's Party pack going to you tonight for picking up the win. A great battle up front early on in the race. You and Blair Nordorf going back and forth at it. Finally, you got out in front, then had to deal with the lap traffic. Was the caution a good thing or a bad thing halfway through that race?
I honestly didn't know. I was too busy to look at my stick guy going through lap traffic, so I didn't know how big of a lead I had. So I can't answer that question. I don't know. If I had a big lead, I don't want it. But either way, we'll take them however we can get them.
Well, the lead was about 7 seconds at the time, so definitely probably not something you wanted. But nonetheless, after that, you hit your marks perfectly and able to drive away again.
Yeah, you have to. I only missed my mark once that I can really think of when I almost knocked Blair off the racetrack, and I'm glad I didn't. I have a ton of respect for that kid, and I like beating him all I can because one day that kid's going to be at a way higher level than I am racing, and I have a lot of respect for him and his family, and it was a lot of fun racing him.
Well, obviously the point leader here in the Tri-State Late Model Series, picking up another win here at Rapid Speedway. Congratulations.
Thank you. About time I can finally get one here.
Justin Zitner, your late model feature winner. Inside of row number 5 out of Sioux Center, Iowa, driving the number 21 car, that is Eric Faber. And outside of him out of Rock Rapids, Iowa, the 81 of Travis Vandentop. To the inside of row number 6, he drives out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Driving the 47 car, it is Corbin Erickson. And to his outside, out of Rock Rapids, Iowa, the 66R of Randy Van Veldhuizen. Inside of your 7th and final row, out of Hartford, South Dakota, driving the number 22 car, that is Justin Volz. And outside of him, out of Laverne, Minnesota, driving the 06W, it is Ryan Walker. 14 cars, 18 laps, the distance, your modified A feature. Drivers giving the sign, we're going green flag racing next time by. It's been 3 big classes, 3 big payouts. It's a big night, and it's all part of being a big deal, and Frontier Bank offers you big deal checking. If you want all the info on big deal checking, make sure you get a hold of your local Frontier Bank and check them out online at frontierbank.com.
All right, race fans, third and final A feature of the night. We're going green, A modifieds on Frontier Bank night. Our last A feature winner, the orange 57 of Duke Erickson, your early race leader. Jackson Mulder moves into that second spot, followed by Derek Van Veldhuizen and Chad Tenaple. Tenaple looking to the inside of Van Veldhuizen for that third position. Duke Erickson will have 14. Caution comes out on lap number 1 of our A modified A feature here tonight. Frontier Bank night at the Rapid Speedway. The annual Lyon County Fair race is a Tuesday night special presented by Frontier Bank. A modified A feature, our third and final A feature of the night, heading back to green this time by Duke Erickson, your race leader, and the number 57. Van Veldhuizen and Mulder right behind him as we go green flag racing, A modified. Jackson Mulder up on the top side, and that number 4, he'll take that second spot. Derek Van Veldhuizen in third. Here comes Don Gerritsen Jr. like a ruptured duck in the black and orange 27 machine. Gerritsen Jr. up to that third position. Lawson making some moves bottom side of the track in that white 17S right behind the 20T of Chad Tenaple. Slauson to the inside of Tenaple. They're side by side for 4th spot in the running order. Duke Erickson, your race leader. Don Gerritsen Jr., Chad Tenaple, James Slauson, your top 5 on the field. A modified A feature, Frontier Bank night at the Rapid Speedway. Duke Erickson, your leader, as the caution will come out. Caution coming out on the backstretch, and it looks like Justin Volz going around again on the backstretch in the number 22 machine.
We thank you for coming to Rapid Speedway. Hope you come back and join us again.
Come back tomorrow, another full day of fair fun coming your way tomorrow right here at the Lyon County Fair. We got some A-Mod business to settle. First, we're going back green flag racing as Erickson leads them. Erickson with the race lead. Don Gerritsen Jr. on the bottom side in that 27. He'll take over that second spot for Jackson Mulder. Mulder will settle in behind Gerritsen for that third position. Slauson and Tenaple round out your top 5. Duke Erickson, your race leader. Erickson, Mulder. Eric Faber running in that 6th spot. The white 21 just exiting turn 2. Right behind him, you got the 20 of Derek Van Veldhuizen as Don Gerritsen Jr. closes the gap on Duke Erickson, your A-modified A feature here tonight. Frontier Bank night at the Rapid Speedway for the Lyon County Fair. 57 machine of Duke Erickson, your race leader. Don Gerritsen Jr. running in second. Jackson Mulder, James Slauson, Chad Tenaple, your top 5. In the A-modified A feature here tonight, Tyler Myers. 6th spot to the inside of Eric Faber. Back on the top side. Myers and Eric Faber side by side, battling it out for 6th. Corbin Erickson going to come along for the ride, as well as Derek Van Veldhuizen. Great 4-car battle for position heading off into turn number 3. Duke Erickson, the race lead. Don Garrison, all on the top. James Slauson in that 4th spot, make it 3rd as Mulder goes off the top. Slauson and Tenaple advance in position. Mulder back to 5th. Duke Erickson, the race leader. Don Garrison Jr., James Slauson, Chad Tenaple, and Jackson Mulder in top 5 of the field. Tyler Myers, Corbin Erickson, Derek Van Veldhuizen, and Randy Van Veldhuizen, your top 10. At halfway, it's Duke Erickson in the 57th. Duke Erickson, Don Garrison Jr. Running 1 and 2 of the top 2, starting to check out a bit from the rest of the pack. James Slauson on an island right now in that 3rd spot in the white 17S. Erickson and Garrison running 1 and 2. Modified 8 feature here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Both cars up high in turns 1 and 2 as they make their way down the backstretch. Don Garrison Jr. will work the bottom. Trying to gain on the 57 of Duke Erickson for the race lead. Our A-Mod 8 feature here tonight. Lap Rapid could be coming into play momentarily. Erickson and Garrison Jr. followed by Slauson, your top 3. Chad Tenaple, Jackson Mulder, your top 5. Garrison Jr. taking a peek underneath, down low once again. He is catching Duke Erickson. Duke Erickson in the 57, your race leader. Garrison Jr. hot on his tail. Top 2 about to run into lap traffic. The 22 of Justin Volts, the pink and white machine right in front of him on the white 57. Duke Erickson. Caution will come out. Caution going to come out this time around for Nathan Barker. Going around in turn 4. 6 on back. There's been some excellent battles for position throughout the field here. A modified A feature Frontier Bank night here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. Tuesday night special Lyon County Fair races. Duke Erickson leads them back to the green flag. 6 laps remain as Don Garrison Jr. looking underneath now in turns 1 and 2. Erickson with the high side momentum heading off into 3 and 4. Garrison Jr. keeps it pinned on the low side. Erickson and Garrison Jr. 1 and 2. James Slauson up on the top side starting to emerge. James Slauson on the top side. Garrison will slide up in front of Slauson. Slauson with contact. He's going to be off the track in the 17S as Randy Van Veldhuizen goes around at the back of the pack. And the caution, I believe, going to come out for the 66R. Yes, it will. Who's going to get their picture taken with Miss Lyon County, Katrina Lombard? We're going back. Green flag racing. Duke Erickson, your race leader. Don Garrison Jr. Now James Slauson with that high side momentum in the 17S. Once again, Don Garrison Jr. keeping it pinned on the bottom side in that second position. Slauson will threaten to take over that second position. James Slauson coming with some momentum on the top side of that 17S. Duke Erickson, your race leader. James Slauson has emerged in the 17S. Don Garrison Jr. back to 3rd. Slauson up top, Garrison down low. The battle right now for second as Duke Erickson has him covered for the time being. Duke Erickson, Tenaple, and Jackson Mulder as the front 5 separate themselves once again. A modified A feature here tonight at the Rapid Speedway. 2 to go this time. Duke Erickson, your race leader. Duke Erickson is the race leader. Slip up by Erickson. James Slauson closing that gap in the 17S as we come around to the white flag. This time by Slauson dips down low. Erickson and Slauson. James Slauson pounding the 57 of Duke Erickson. Led off into turns 3 and 4. Duke Erickson up high. James Slauson down low. Slauson slides to the lead. A little too high. Erickson back on the bottom. Who's it going to be? It's the 17S of James Slauson. James Slauson throws the move in the 17S. He makes it stick. Thought he might have got a bit high there in turn 4. Makes it work. And James Slauson to Pizza Ranch victory lane. Duke Erickson, Don Gerritsen Jr., your top 3. Big thanks to all of you for coming out. The Lyon County Fair Races Tuesday night special here at the Rapid Speedway. Final A feature winner of the night. He's out of the car. Here he is, the 17S of James Slauson. And we'll turn it on down to Pizza Ranch victory lane. Joel Viss with some words from tonight's winner.
Well, thank you, Jay Kelly. The excitement is out here. He's getting the congratulatory hugs. James Slauson, come on over. First of all, you made it spicy out there. We're going to spice things up a little bit more. We've got a Papa's Party Pack, some homegrown seasonings right here for you tonight. Well, you made it interesting out there, James. You come out in your heat race, and you win by 0.07 of a second. Then you start making your way through the feature, and on a restart, you run into Don Gerritsen Jr., you slide off the racetrack, the caution comes out. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You were both.
Yeah, sometimes the old man's looking out for you. Apologies to Don. I didn't mean to do that. I love racing with Don. He's a clean racer, so I just didn't know he was going to slide up like that, and I didn't check up in time. But glad we got the win. It was a racy track, a little bit of one lane, but you could still get around. And all the fans up here, I love coming to Rock Rapids. I love this place. The fans are great. It just feels like home up here. I love this place. My dad raced back in the 70s and 80s, and we raced in the early 2000s, and now 20 years later we're racing again. So,
well, absolutely out there. Take us through those last couple laps. On that restart, you get around Don, you get into second, and you got to put the guns down and start making that run at Duke and finally into that last turn. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I don't know. He looked like he's having some troubles with the cushion up there coming out of each corner. He's bobbling. That gave me just enough time, and I slid in him to 3, and I hope it was good enough, and I cleared him, and I figured he cut back down below us, but there must not have been enough traction there for him to get a run.
Well, nonetheless, you got it done here tonight. You made it exciting. Great finish out here tonight to finish off the Lyon County Fair. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
James Slauson, your modified feature winner.